other champions in that division. You got Scott Quinn, Carl Frampton, Guillermo Rigondeaux.
I'm gonna get the opportunity, boy. You working your ass off, don't you?
Hey, that's what we do. That's what we do.
DONTAE'S Boxing Nation. I see it, baby. Y'all the man.
That's what it is.
I love what you're doing for boxing.
Thank you, man.
Don't stop. Keep on going strong. Keep on going hard. A lot of big fights coming this year. A lot of big fights.
DONTAE'S Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? Well, for those of you guys that thought 2015 was a big year of boxing, it looks like 2016 is shaping up to be even bigger, at least in terms of the amount of significant big matches. This year, or this week alone, you have Crawford versus Postal, and the winner of that fight should at least be considered top 3, top 5 best fight in the world, pound for pound. I personally would say top 3. Then you have War versus Kovalev. Now, the winner of that fight would undeniably become the undisputed pound for pound king in all of boxing, meaning they would be considered the best fighter in the world since Floyd Mayweather held that title. Now you have Jermall Charlo versus Julian Williams. Man, this is a big fight. This is a real big fight. And you have to really commend both of these fighters for being willing to take a fight like this, because this is not going to be some big pay-per-view fight. And we already know that this is a very high risk fight, very high risk fight. That's why you have to commend these fighters, because these are the type of fighters, they want to be the best, and they truly believe they're the best. They're willing to go through anyone to prove it. And that can't be said about a lot of fighters today. We know there's a lot of quote unquote tough guys that would never face a Jermall Charlo, a Demetrius Andrade, or a Julian Williams. But you have these fighters right here that are willing to face each other. And it's so crazy, man, because the more I talk about this, it's amazing how it's so reminiscent of the Black Murderers Row. I would advise you guys to check it out and look it up on the internet and read about it. So just go ahead and check that out. But moving on. Like I said, Charlo versus Williams is a great fight. This is the closest you can come to when it comes to a 50-50 type of fight. Two undefeated fighters. Two fighters that have the potential to easily become top 5 pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world. We keep seeing all these great fighters on the coincidental list face off against each other. And eventually we're going to see who is number 1 at the 154 pound division. Now, on top of this fight, you also have on the undercard Robert Easter Jr., undefeated, going up against Richard Commey from Ghana. He's 24-0 with 22 knockouts. Another prospect contender. Now, this guy, Commey, he was Rances Bartholomew's mandatory contender. But Rances moved up to 140. So now Commey has to fight against Robert Easter. And for those of you guys who don't know about Robert Easter, he fights out of the Adrian Broner camp. His last fight, he just knocked the shit out of Argenis Mendez. Vicious knockout. Very impressive. Very skilled fighter when it comes to Robert Easter. So this card is tremendous. This is a tremendous card. And once again, you have two fighters that are not afraid of taking serious risk. They are taking some serious ass risk. And I'm assuming this fight will be on PBC. I could be wrong, but I'm assuming this fight will be on PBC. So if so, this will be another very successful PBC card. It's amazing, man, when you really think of it. When you really think about the fact that these fighters are willing to be the best, and they're not trying to take a shortcut. They're not trying to take the easy route. they're taking the toughest route that is available. So I really commend these fighters for stepping up in competition and taking this type of step up in competition. This fight should be October 1st. They don't have a venue yet, but it's supposed to be October 1st. So I'll talk probably a little bit more about this fight once it officially gets announced. But that's all I have for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
Hi, you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation. Woo!